Alright guys, here we go, episode 62. This week playing against the Tennessee Volunteers, play at their home. We're doing alright. I mean, our offense is about the same as theirs. Our defense significantly better, just not against the pass, as usual. We're not very good against the pass. Their star running back is out for 6 weeks, so that helps. We got our top players, Hurd, Moore, McBride, of course, same old, same old. And they got defensive tackle, quarterback, and middle linebacker. Could be an interesting game with players like that. So our first series, we go 3 and out, have to punt. They get the ball, and they drive down 2nd and goal right here, trying to make something happen. Huge stop. Ooh, oh, I thought I was going to fight over him for the touchdown, but tackle him just short for 3rd and goal. They're trying to get in again, take the first lead of the game. So a little man in motion, handoff up the middle. My defensive tackle actually fights through the line, gets the tackle in the backfield for a loss. They settle for the field goal. So we get the ball back, 3rd and 8 now, trying to get that first down. Been driving pretty good, drop back pass, and hit Jones or Schroeder across the middle, just not quite enough to get the first down. So we have to settle for the field goal, 4th and 3, and we take it because that's usually what works for us. And money in the bank, we tie the ball game up. So 3rd and 4, they got the ball and they're driving again inside the 20. Almost get the sack, just miss, but Jackson picks it off for me. Huge turnover in the red zone. I'll take it. I'll take all of that. So we take advantage of it. We get down here, 3rd and 7, trying to get another first down. I couldn't get anything happening in the red zone. Hit Jones across the middle, and he gets laid out and drops the football. Had the first down, but he dropped it. So we have to settle for another field goal, 4th and 7, and ooh, can barely make that one to take the lead 6-3. In the second quarter, they end up, all right, they got the ball right now, driving at the last of the second quarter, 48 seconds left, 3rd and 10. Draw back the pass. Almost get the sack, but I missed the dive. He throws it, and Washington picks it off this time. Luckily, I got 2 picks right there before the half. And see if I can get some points off of this one. Got 6 seconds left, 2nd and 4. Just trying to get at least in field goal range as of right now. Drop back the pass, and RB's open. Hit Kemp. I don't know who this guy is, but he's come clutch for me a couple of times. So we end up getting in field goal range. And we'll take it right here at the half to go up 9-3 as long as we can make it. And got it. Oh, man. Just almost didn't make that. So going in the half, we got a 6-point lead, 9-3. It's been a very defensive game for some reason. We just can't get anything going, and we're keeping them out of the end zone, which is nice. So we got the halftime stats. I mean, they got more passing yards than I do, but we've got more total yards, more time of possession, no turnovers. We should be scoring. It's just they're stepping it up whenever we need to get in the end zone. So their opening drive, second half, 2nd and 9. Quarterback drops back to pass, a little screen pass. It doesn't work all over it. He'll tackle for a 2-yard loss, 3rd and 11. See if we can stop him right here. And he's in a 5-wide setup, so he's going to throw it. I highly doubt he's going to run it. This quarterback's got some good stats. He drops back to pass and throws it to the corner end zone. Going to be picked, but for some reason my guy glitched back like 5 to 10 yards. I don't know what the heck the deal was. That was some bull crap. They get the touchdown and take the lead 10-9. So 2nd goal here, trying to get in. Marshall couldn't quite get it. 2-yard run, 3rd and goal. So you know what we're going to do. We're going to go with that toss play because it's pretty much money like 99% of the time. So we're going to run it. See if we can't get in right here because we need a touchdown and bad. So toss play, and nobody picks up either guy, and I get smashed for a 5-yard loss. My gosh, man. I had to take another field goal. I wasn't going to risk it. I needed the points. So up by 2 now, 10-11, and tackle that guy to flip him almost into the touchdown. Oh my gosh. He apparently his arm was down on the half-yard line. Stop him on 1st and goal. I can't believe we flipped him for another 5 yards. And second and goal, it gets in, no problem. They take the lead right back. Go for 2 and end up getting it. So they're up 18-12 now. About 2 minutes, a little under 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 14, drop back pass. Hit Jones again, and he gets hit again and drops the football again. My gosh, dude, this guy's my best receiver, and he's got 2 huge drops on 3rd down. So on 4th down, have to go for it. Drop back to pass. Safety read that all the way, and he picks it. And that'll pretty much do it. All they do is get a couple first downs, which they do, and they run out the clock. We end up dropping another computer game, man. I don't know what my deal is. I mean, other users are dropping 100 points or 60 points at a time, and I'm losing 18-12. 18-12, man. I only kicked 4 field goals. That's horrible. So they end up getting the win, and that should pretty much seal the deal for Tennessee. I think that loss knocks me and Missouri both out, unless Kentucky can beat them. And then I don't know, but Tennessee's got the advantage over me and Missouri. as of right now, and I think they're going to be in the #1 slot. We'll check that after the advance for sure, but they are potentially playing for the conference championship. My year to do it. I mean, I finally beat Ole Miss, and I can't beat the computer. I don't know what the deal is, man. Very frustrating. Player of the game, Scott, their safety, 11 tackles, 1 for a loss, and a pick. And that's pretty much it. That's one of those games where I would have loved to have restarted that game, but I didn't, because that's not fair for everybody else. So I took my loss again, and I got to deal with it, man. Just got to grin and take it. Games around the country, nothing really, no ranked games, so it doesn't really matter. And look at the stats. We were really even, just couldn't get in the end zone, couldn't take advantage of the turnovers completely. And our player of the game, kicker, Stewart and Jackson with the pick. My gosh. And we'll be right back with the advance. All right, guys, just got done showing the highlights from the game against Tennessee. And like I said, I would have loved to have replayed that game again. Just like the game against, I think it was Florida, where I lost by going for it on a 4th and goal and getting stopped short. But I took it like a man. Lost to the computer again this season and potentially screwed myself out of the conference championship, because I think that puts Tennessee as the advantage, because it beat both me and Missouri. So it's looking like Tennessee's going to make it. Check out everybody else did. LSU ends up losing 21-17. You can see the gameplay footage from that on the Italians channel. I'll put a link down in the description just to make sure. If you don't know where it's at, he's going to have that video going up about the same time this one goes up, so go check it out. Florida State ends up winning 69-24. Clemson did not play his game this week. Man, that would have been very fortunate for him to play, especially since LSU lost. But didn't play his game, so we're going to skip past you, buddy. Sorry about that. Auburn had a bye week this week. Kansas ended up losing 38-28. Missouri wins 35-19. Rutgers wins 62-28. Louisville wins 52-42. ECU wins 56-35. UCLA wins in overtime. Man, overtime 38-31. That had been a good game right there. Came down to the wire. And then Ole Miss ends up winning. So what we're going to do is we're going to advance real quick, get into the next stage, and see where everybody's sitting. So we'll be right back. Alright, just getting on with the advance. I have a bye week this week, so I'll figure out maybe if I can get some gameplay footage going on, since it is the weekend. Maybe I could throw something up in there. See how everybody else is doing. LSU drops to 12, and they play Auburn this week. Man, that's going to be a good game. And that could decide the west side for sure. We'll get into that a little bit. Florida State plays Syracuse. And number 2, Clemson ends up getting the win, right? Yeah, they win over Maryland. They're number 7 now. They play Boston College. Kansas plays Kansas State. Missouri plays Florida. Rutgers plays UCF. Louisville plays Temple. East Carolina plays Marshall. UCLA plays USC. And Ole Miss plays Cal. That was supposed to be another user game, but Cal ended up not staying in the dynasty, so that's why it is what it is. Check out the top 25, see what's going on there. And Florida State's 2, UCLA's 1. Rutgers jumps from 5 to 3. Wow, they leapfrog Ohio State. That is interesting, man. I know. I still have to play Florida State. I play them next week, and Rutgers still has to play Louisville. So that could be interesting, to say the least, man. That could be very, very interesting. Clemson moves up to number 7. Ole Miss moves up from 14 to 10. LSU drops a lot, surprisingly. They go from 6 to 12. Auburn moves up from 15 to 13. Louisville moves up a little bit. ECU goes from unranked to ranked. They are now number 19. Tennessee went from unranked to ranked. I went from 19 to 25. Dropped a long ways. A long ways. Missouri is right out there, too. They are, what, 25? 31st. So they're almost ranked. Media poll, UCLA, Florida State, and Rutgers. I mean, that's pretty much the top 3 right there, unless something else happens on the season. I think there are only 3 undefeated teams left. Check out the BCS. That's the most important one. Right now, it is UCLA and Florida State. Like I said, I still have to play Florida State, which, the way I've been playing this year, I wouldn't bank on me beating them. And the way they've been playing this year, I highly doubt it's going to be a close game. It's going to be worse than the Auburn game for sure. But I'll give it my all. We'll see what's going on. You never know, man. You never know. Hopefully I can pull out the win. But he's been putting in work against the computer and other users. So he's earning his national championship if he makes it. Rutgers is also doing really good in the American, and then Clemson, Ole Miss, and then everybody else, man. Still in the rankings for a bowl game at 7-4, but it's not looking pretty by any means. Let's check out the conference standings. This is the important part. This is where I'll see if I make it or not. Tennessee is leading the conference on our side because they have the advantage over Missouri and myself. I have the advantage over Missouri because I beat them, but Tennessee still has to play Kentucky. So for some reason, Tennessee loses to Kentucky, then there's still a chance. I think Missouri will have the advantage because they've only got 3 losses in conference, so they might jump up ahead of me. But I don't know. So it's still a shot for a user game in the conference championship. Check out the West Side, and Auburn's leading it right now. And the way this is, and it sounds kind of weird, there's still a 3-way tie possibility. If Auburn loses to LSU, then there is a 3-way tie, and nobody has the advantage because Ole Miss beat LSU, LSU beat Auburn, and Auburn beat Ole Miss. That's how it would be if that's how the outcome comes out. So it could be really interesting, man. It's a must-win situation for LSU over Auburn for any of the 3 users or any of the other 2 users to be able to play for the conference championship. If Auburn wins it, then they're guaranteed. So I don't think they have another user game. I kind of shortchanged their games this year, and that was my fault. He called me out on it first week, and I didn't even notice it, man. I was so focused on getting user games, I forgot to schedule him his other game. But he plays Alabama next week, or a couple of weeks. So there's still a shot. ACC, I think Florida State has it pretty much locked up unless for some reason they lose in conference. I don't know if I beat them, if it'll help Clemson at all. But like I said, the way that he's been playing, highly unlikely that'll happen. And then Rutgers and Louisville still have to play. When do they play? Not this week, but next week. So that's going to be for the conference championship there. See who's going to win it in the Big 12. Kansas, he joined a little late, so he's not doing so well. He's only played 2 games, so he can't really do nothing there. Whoops, didn't mean to get out of that. I think Pac-12 is the only other one left. Well, actually, Mountain West. I think ECU. No, where's Mountain West? Conference USA. My bad. ECU has it locked up because I think they beat Marshall already, so they're looking for the conference championship. And then Pac-12, UCLA has it on lock right now. They will play, as of currently, Washington State. Wow, 2-star Washington State, potentially for the conference championship if they can win out. And then, like I said, SEC's in a whole big mess, except for the West Side, but it's still a possibility. Check out the Heisman Watch, see what's going on there. UCLA, Florida State, Ole Miss, UCLA again. There's the running back that won it last year, and then ECU, the quarterback, tearing it up. Golly, my guy drops off. But all users, that's what I like to see, and that's nice. Nice bowl projections. Let's see what we have as of right now for user games. I'll try to catch everybody. I may or may not skip somebody. If I do, I am sorry. I'll just try to remember. Right now it's no, not Florida, it's Florida State. Kansas State, no. I don't see ECU and Texas A&M in the Liberty Bowl. Clemson versus Missouri. That would be a nice game in the Chick-fil-A Bowl as of right now. Vanderbilt, Michigan State. I still have a chance to make the Gator Bowl. I still have a chance. I'll take it. Auburn versus Wisconsin. And then Notre Dame versus Ole Miss in the Rose Bowl. And then Rutgers, Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl. LSU, Nebraska, the Orange Bowl. And Florida State, UCLA in the National Championship. Currently. We still got a couple more weeks left. This is week 13, so week 13, 14, 15 if anybody plays. I know I have a bye week, week 15, so I only got one more game left. But as of right now, it's still an interesting dynasty, still coming down to the wire on who's going to make it where. But for right now, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time.